Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most captivating stars. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're shining the spotlight on the incomparable Sammy Davis Jr., a trailblazing entertainer who defied conventions and stole hearts with his mesmerizing talent. Born on December 8, 1925, in the vibrant neighborhood of Harlem, New York, Samuel George Davis Jr. was destined for greatness. His father, Sammy Davis Sr., was a talented dancer who had made a name for himself on the vaudeville circuit, performing with some of the biggest names of the time. His mother, Elvira Sanchez, was a beautiful Puerto Rican immigrant who worked as a chorus girl, her exotic charm and charisma captivating audiences on stage. The couple's tumultuous relationship would eventually lead to divorce, but not before they instilled in their son a passion for performance that would stay with him for the rest of his life. As a young boy, Sammy Jr. would often watch his father rehearse, mesmerized by the rhythmic tapping of his feet and the charismatic stage presence that would soon become his own trademark. He'd sit in the wings, wide-eyed and wonderstruck, as his father's dancers tapped out intricate rhythms on the wooden floorboards. The sound of laughter, music, and applause filled the air, creating an intoxicating atmosphere that drew Sammy in like a magnet. These early experiences would shape his unique style, a fusion of African-American, Jewish, and Latin cultures that would later make him a beloved figure in the entertainment world. Growing up in the vibrant Harlem community of the 1930s was a true blessing for Sammy. The neighborhood pulsed with energy, its streets filled with the sounds of jazz, blues, and swing music drifting from the windows of apartments and nightclubs. The legendary Cotton Club, where Duke Ellington and Cab Calloway held court, was just a stone's throw from his family's apartment on 40th Street. Sammy would often sneak peeks through the club's ornate doors, watching in awe as the likes of Lena Horne and Billie Holiday took the stage, their voices soaring like nightingales. These early influences would have a profound impact on Sammy's development as an artist. He'd spend hours listening to the radio, mesmerized by the likes of Fats Waller, Art Tatum, and Count Basie, his fingers tapping out the rhythms on the armrest of his chair. He'd watch the dancers at the Cotton Club, studying their movements, and practice his own steps in front of the mirror, determined to master the art of tap dance. As a child, Sammy faced his share of challenges. His parents' divorce left him feeling abandoned, and he was often shuffled between relatives and foster homes. He'd arrive at a new home, his suitcase in hand, unsure of what lay ahead, but always carrying with him the hope that this would be the place where he'd finally find stability and love. However, his father's determination to keep his son involved in show business led to Sammy's first professional gig at the tender age of 4. The pair began performing together as the Will Maston Trio, with Sammy Sr.'s friend, Will Maston, serving as a surrogate uncle and mentor to young Sammy. The trio's act, which featured a mix of dance, comedy, and music, quickly gained popularity on the vaudeville circuit. As they traveled from town to town, Sammy Jr. honed his craft, learning to navigate the complexities of show business and develop a thick skin in the face of racism and prejudice. He'd watch as his father and Will Maston worked the crowd, their banter and charm winning over even the toughest audiences. He'd see the way they'd adapt their act to suit each new town, incorporating local references and humor into their routine. Sammy's father was a demanding teacher, pushing his son to perfect every step, every gesture, and every note. He'd drill Sammy relentlessly until the young boy could perform an entire routine without flaw. But he also taught Sammy how to think on his feet, how to handle hecklers and difficult audiences, and how to always give the performance of a lifetime. These lessons would serve Sammy well throughout his career, as he faced down racism, criticism, and self-doubt, always emerging stronger and more determined. As the 1930s drew to a close, the Will Maston Trio found themselves performing at the famous Howard Theater in Washington, D.C., where they shared the bill with luminaries like Ella Fitzgerald and Count Basie. It was during this period that Sammy began to develop his own unique style, blending tap dance, singing, and impressions into a dazzling act that would soon make him a standout performer. He'd watch Ella Fitzgerald, mesmerized by her virtuosity, and tried to incorporate some of her scat-singing techniques into his own performances. He'd study Count Basie's piano playing, trying to capture the essence of his distinctive style. The early years of Sammy Davis Jr.'s life were marked by both struggle and triumph, as he navigated the cutthroat world of show business and confronted the harsh realities of racism in America. Yet even as he faced adversity, Sammy's passion for performance and his determination to succeed remained unwavering. He'd face down racist hecklers, using his wit and charm to diffuse tense situations. He performed for segregated audiences, using his platform to speak out against injustice and promote understanding. As the 1940s dawned, a decade marked by war, social change, and vibrant cultural expression, Sammy Davis Jr.'s career began to gain momentum at an unprecedented pace. The Will Maston Trio, with its unique blend of music, dance, and comedy, continued to tour extensively, gracing the stages of prestigious venues like the Apollo Theater in Harlem, a hub for African-American talent, and the Orpheum Theater in Los Angeles, a beacon for entertainment on the West Coast. In 1941, they secured a gig at the renowned Cotton Club in New York City, an iconic nightclub that was a melting pot for jazz legends and aspiring performers alike. Sharing the stage with luminaries like Duke Ellington, whose orchestral genius was redefining jazz, and Cab Calloway, known for his flamboyant style and high-dee-ho refrain, Sammy began to hone his craft, experimenting with impressions that would soon become a hallmark of his act. He mimicked the velvety smooth styles of popular singers like Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra, showcasing his versatility and charisma on stage. This period was pivotal for Sammy, as he started to earn recognition not just as a member of the Will Maston Trio, but as a rising star in his own right. One of the most defining moments in Sammy's life during this era was his experience with racism while serving in the U.S. Army during World War II. Drafted into the Army in 1943, he was assigned to the Special Services Unit, an entertainment division tasked with boosting troop morale through performances around the world. Despite the camaraderie and shared purpose among soldiers, Sammy faced harsh realities of racism and segregation within the military. He recalled the humiliation of being forced to use separate facilities, a stark reminder of the separate but equal doctrine that pervaded American society at the time. Moreover, he was subjected to racial slurs by some of his fellow soldiers, an experience that cut deep into his psyche. These encounters had a profound impact on Sammy, fueling a determination within him to fight against racism and inequality in the entertainment industry, a sector where talent should ideally transcend color. Upon his discharge from the Army in 1945, Sammy returned to the Will Maston Trio, and they resumed their rigorous touring schedule. The post-war period saw a resurgence in demand for entertainment, and the trio found themselves performing to packed houses across the country. In 1946, they landed a record deal with Capitol Records, a major milestone that marked their entry into the mainstream music scene. Their first single, Ration Blues, while only moderately successful, laid the groundwork for their subsequent release, That's All, which catapulted them to widespread recognition. The song's success can be attributed to Sammy's soulful vocals and the trio's energetic performance style, a unique blend that captivated audiences and set them apart from other acts of the time. As the 1950s approached, signaling a new era of social change and cultural awakening, Sammy's career began to take off in earnest. He started making appearances as a solo performer on television shows like The Ed Sullivan Show and The Colgate Comedy Hour, platforms that brought entertainment into the living rooms of America. His dance skills, which blended the precision of tap, the spontaneity of jazz, and the elegance of ballet, earned him comparisons to legendary dancers like Fred Astaire and Gene Kelly, icons of Hollywood's golden age. In 1951, Sammy made his film debut in No Time Like the Past, a musical comedy starring Jack Benny that, although not a major commercial success, marked an important milestone in Sammy's career. The film showcased his talent and charisma on the big screen, cementing his status as a multifaceted performer capable of transitioning seamlessly between music, dance, and acting. During this period, Sammy also forged a close friendship with Frank Sinatra, who would become a lifelong mentor and confidant. Their bond was built on mutual respect and admiration, with Sinatra often praising Sammy's incredible talent and dedication to his craft. The two performers frequently appeared together on stage and screen, creating memorable performances that highlighted their chemistry and camaraderie. Sinatra played a significant role in promoting Sammy's career, introducing him to influential figures in the entertainment industry and supporting him through the highs and lows of his professional journey. One of the most significant events in Sammy's life during this period was his appearance at the 1951 Academy Awards ceremony. He performed a routine that would be etched in the memories of those present, featuring a tap dance tribute to Fred Astaire that paid homage to the dancer's legacy, while also showcasing Sammy's own unique style. His heartfelt rendition of The Birth of the Blues was equally captivating, demonstrating his vocal range and emotional depth as a performer. The performance earned him a standing ovation, a moment of triumph that cemented his status as one of the most exciting and talented performers of his generation. As Sammy's star continued to rise, he found himself at the forefront of the civil rights movement, using his platform to advocate for racial equality and challenge the status quo. In 1956, he participated in a benefit concert for the movement, sharing the stage with other notable figures who were committed to the cause. This event was emblematic of Sammy's growing awareness of his role as not just an entertainer, but also as a voice for change, leveraging his fame to bring attention to social injustices and promote unity. As Sammy Davis Jr.'s career continued to soar, he remained a beacon of hope and inspiration in the entertainment industry, using his platform to advocate for social justice and equality. In 1960, he was a key participant in the historic March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, where he performed alongside other notable artists, including Harry Belafonte and Mahalia Jackson, under the scorching summer sun. The event marked a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement, with Davis's involvement helping to bring attention to the cause and galvanize support from the entertainment community. As he took the stage, his voice booming through the crowds, he sang with conviction, his eyes locked on the horizon of a brighter future. The March on Washington was just one of many moments that defined Sammy's commitment to social justice. Throughout the 1960s and 1970s, he continued to perform and act, appearing in films such as Ocean's 11 and Salt and Pepper, which showcased his impressive range and versatility as a performer. He also became known for his incredible impersonations and accents, often incorporating these into his acts with ease and precision. As he once said, "I've got to be a quintuple threat. I've got to be a singer, a dancer, an actor, a musician, and a comedian," highlighting his dedication to mastering multiple crafts and pushing the boundaries of what was possible. One notable example of Sammy's impressive impersonations was his iconic performance as a Jewish rabbi in his 1960s act. With uncanny accuracy, he captured the nuances of Yiddish dialect and mannerisms, leaving audiences in stitches and earning him widespread critical acclaim. This ability to transcend cultural boundaries and connect with people from all walks of life was a hallmark of Sammy's career, and it continues to inspire performers to this day. As the years went by, Sammy's health began to decline, and he was diagnosed with throat cancer in the 1980s. Despite this, he continued to perform, often incorporating his experiences with illness into his acts with unflinching honesty and courage. In 1989, he underwent surgery to remove a tumor from his throat, but unfortunately, the cancer had spread, and he passed away on May 16, 1990, at the age of 64, surrounded by his loved ones. Sammy Davis Jr.'s legacy is immeasurable, with his impact felt across the entertainment industry and beyond. He was a true trailblazer, paving the way for future generations of performers and breaking down racial barriers in the process. As Frank Sinatra once said, "Sammy was a genius, and I don't use that word lightly." His incredible talent, dedication to his craft, and commitment to social justice have left an indelible mark on history, inspiring countless artists, musicians, and actors to follow in his footsteps. Today, Sammy Davis Jr. is remembered as one of the most talented and influential performers of the 20th century. His music, films, and performances continue to inspire new generations of artists and entertainers, from Michael Jackson to Bruno Mars. The Grammy Awards, the NAACP, and the Kennedy Center have all recognized his contributions to the entertainment industry, cementing his place in the pantheon of American cultural icons. He was a true original, a master of multiple crafts, and a passionate advocate for social justice. His legacy serves as a reminder of the power of art to bring people together, to challenge societal norms, and to inspire positive change. In the end, Sammy Davis Jr.'s story is one of triumph, perseverance, and dedication to his craft. Sammy's legacy will continue to inspire and uplift us for generations to come, a shining beacon of hope and creativity in a world that needs it now more than ever. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold, reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.